Previously on Survivor.
That's right, motherfuckers. I'm back.
I'm trying to rewrite my story.
I'm back, baby.
I'm back!
I got Matt and Eliza on our tribe that are both returning players. Got to pair up with them because they're going to be a bigger target than I am, so they'll be a shield for me throughout the game.
Like, I get it, you don't know anything about Survivor, but like, the person who takes the idol should be the person who contributed the most. I really don't like Kat.
That's all I know.
Why would we want you in the game if you have an alliance on the other team? That doesn't even make sense.
Aaron, the tribe is spoken.
No more travel console.
It felt like I was getting my Ghost Island redemption this season because last season the first person that we were supposed to vote out and should have just voted out was Aaron, and this time around when it was Aaron who was being shady and when it was Aaron who we wanted to vote out first, we stuck to it and unanimously, for my first time being in a unanimous vote, we voted out Aaron, and it feels good.
And Aaron is basically like, guys, I'll throw you this huge party and, bring lots of ice cream and you guys are all welcome in my sorority. Please keep me in the first night.
Free ice cream if I show up after tribal. I'll throw a party. Guys, I will throw a Maldive party with ice cream and vodka for those who don't like ice cream if I stay.
What about ice cream and vodka?
Ice cream flavored vodka.
Wow.
Ew.
Alright, I'm in. That's my favorite flavor, vodka.
She seemed kind of sad after and was really awkward and no one was talking to her. She had to go back to North and she asked if anyone was going that way to walk to the bus station with her and no one was and I wasn't either, but I just felt so bad, so I was like, oh, I'll walk you. And so I kind of walked out with her and left everyone else.
Didn't know her at all. She's just kind of dead weight for us. Honestly, I think it was pretty easy decision. I know she was friends with Kat on the other tribe. And that's just stupid because Kat's a bitch.
But so she told me that a big reason that she thought she was gonna get voted off was because her tribe thought she was close to me, and they either thought I was a threat or they thought she was gonna be a turncoat or something, which I like being a threat.
I don't know, that's just put such a big target on you right away. I don't know what she was thinking there.
But she wasn't gonna sell secrets to me. I wasn't gonna sell secrets to her. There was no implicit alliance going into the thing that we were gonna be in an alliance just because we're sorority sisters. So I feel bad because her tribe clearly just made that assumption and they had literally nothing to back it up on.
Good riddance, Aaron.
One, two, three. El Norte!
I want to be kind of Bolivia, I think. No, I don't know. Do I want to be Bolivia because I'm the small? Yeah, I kind of want Megan and Jack to be kind of the Argentina and Brazil, but
this is why I don't like Tom, is because he speaks in metaphors.
It's kind of as they say in Little League, you want to go out because you swung, but KGB coming to town.
He assumes that because he thinks I'm a game player and he's a game player, that he can speak in metaphor and I will understand everything he's getting at. And I'm not. I'm a very straightforward person. I like you to just say, this is what I'm thinking.
I want to play like Jordan Schubel. He was on the first season of Survivor Maryland, and he was also on the Maryland All-Star season. And what I learned from watching Jordan Schubel's game is that if you steam and you don't quit scheming, you can get far in this game. I'm not sure if he won because I never finished watching that season.
We're getting a lemon to see if there's any hidden ink or whatever on the idol clue.
Okay.
Thank you. So we went all the way to East Coast Dining Hall. Just got in.
Okay.
Based on Tom's social charm, he was able to get his way past.
Yeah. So me and Jack are in here in this like room, and we're like doing the stupid thing of pouring lemon juice on the clue to see if we can like figure out if the clue is saying anything more.
How is this even supposed to work? Do you like spread it out? Do you put it under like a light or something?
No, of course the clue didn't say anything. That was a stupid thing to do. Oh my gosh, we're such idiots. So now, with the whole lemon juice all over the clue, I was like, okay, Jack, we can just like throw the clue out, right? And that's kind of what I was thinking, but I was like, no, I want to make a fake clue. Because at the next challenge, I feel like if someone finds the fake clue, then no one's going to be looking for the actual clue.
I realized that he is not playing the same game as any of us. He's playing this wild game where so many twists and turns and fake stuff and burning clues, and
I feel like I'm kind of gaming this a little bit too hard at times.
Tom is an alien from outer space sent to observe humans and interact with them, and the only thing he knows about human language, about English, or about any human interaction is by studying Survivor.
Dale and I, tight. You tell Dale something, you're basically telling it to me. Tell me something, you're basically telling it to Dale. That's basically how it goes. I've gotten his report of the meetings and other people's reported meetings with him. It's great that I get to hear both sides of things. Hello?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Sorry I kept you waiting. I had to take a shit.
That's...
you do. I prefer if I was done with that before I called you.
You are correct, yeah.
Yesterday I met with Jackson, one-on-one. Really developed like a pretty good alliance and bond.
My boy Dale, tight to the end. Not really, I'll backstab him.
And he was hesitant at first about working with Matt because of the returning player, but eventually kind of let him lead the conversation and eventually get to the idea of working with Matt and Eliza, which is what I wanted. So it was good that he was able to come to that conclusion without too much influence of myself.
Exactly. And also, we're me, you, and Jackson, I guess, might be seen as the physically the bigger guys in the tribe. So we might.
And he's like, the good news is Jackson kind of came around to proposing kind of a big threats alliance on Tokidoki between Jackson, Dale, myself, and Eliza.
It'd be naive to underestimate Jackson and Dale's connection, especially because Matt says to me that Dale and Jackson met up really early, and Dale never admitted that to me. He said they texted, but they had never met up.
Jackson sees me as his number one, and then I have that same relationship with Matt, #Madman. So I feel like Matt is telling me everything and Jackson's telling me everything. So I think I'm both of their number one, which is a good place to be.
Let me tell you a tale of my night. So I'm at the gym, getting a little workout in, trying to get big, you understand. Then I see the basketball courts and I'm like, hey, might as well put up a few shots. Practice makes perfect, right? Or at least practice makes better. That's all I can ask for. So I get there, I'm walking up, dribbling. Do a crossover, destroy the imaginary defender that's there. He broke his ankles, just embarrassed. Step back, J it up. Doink, goes off him, that's fine. It was the first shot of the day. You can't expect to make the first shot of the day. It wasn't in my rhythm yet. But then, a shooting pain in my right ankle. Why does this always happen to me? Rolled my ankle like the idiot that I am. We have a challenge in 8 hours. Obviously can't tell my tribe mates about it. They'll think it's an easy reason to vote me out. So, yeah, that's what I got going on. It's obviously still gonna hurt tomorrow, but hey, just grit my teeth and play through it. I know what you're thinking, wow, you're an amazing athlete, Jackson, you'll be fine. Hopefully. Send your thoughts and prayers my way.
Yes!
First try. Great try. First try.
I'm so good.
All right, come on in, guys. Toki Doki getting your first look at El Norte. Aaron voted out at the last tribal council. All right, first things first. Kat, I will take immunity back. Someone already broke it last season. All right, for today's challenge, we have last leg to stand on. You guys will all start on one side of the cones. You'll start with 14 feet and have to make it all the way to the other side. As you progressively go back and forth, you can only use one less foot each time. You guys will have 10 minutes to complete as many rounds as you can. The tribe that gets to the lowest number of feet will win. If both tribes get to the same number at the end of the 10 minutes, the first tribe that got to that point first will win immunity. Toki Doki, you have an extra member, so you guys will have to choose somebody to sit out. We'll give you a couple minutes to strategize and get started. All right, Toki Doki has chosen to sit Ivy out of the challenge. Everybody else participating, 10 minutes to get to as few feet as possible. Survivors ready, go! Everybody running across first, 14 is nice and easy. Aliza hopping, Tom hopping, everybody using the 1 foot strategy. Shannon and Aliza now hopping, Tom and Megan now hopping. Everybody, you're gonna use the 1 foot strategy for a while. We're on 11. Ben now carrying Megan. El Norte with the very slight lead, but this challenge is within seconds still. People are on 10 right now.
Shannon, go back.
Shannon falls. Toki Doki, everybody's got to go back. You're on 10 feet, coming back this way still. El Norte now on 8 feet. 8 feet. Back. Adam falls and Toki Doki's got to go back. Toki Doki falling behind. El Norte is on 7 feet now. You're on 7.
Yeah, Adam, you got it.
All right, Toki Doki now on 9. El Norte's got to go back. El Norte at 7 feet, Toki Doki at 9. Toki Doki coming in at 8. El Norte makes it across. Adam falls once again, and Toki Doki got to go back and try 8 once again. Jack trying to hop on 1 foot. Jack uses 2. Jack's got to go back. El Norte finally struggling on their first one, trying to use 6 feet. Toki Doki a little lost. They are still at 8. Toki Doki only using 7, but they're now on 7. El Norte now taking a bit to strategize, trying to do 6. They got there before Toki Doki, who is on 7, coming back. Toki Doki looking good. Toki Doki finally caught up to El Norte, both on 6 feet. Matthew and Adam together getting across with 1 foot. Megan, Tom, Katie, Jack, Ben hopping, Nate, trying to go 1 foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tokidoki, good with 6. As long as Nate gets across, El Norte is good as well. We are halfway through the challenge. We got 5 minutes left. El Norte also good, but Tokidoki in the lead, both at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tokidoki is good if they can make it across. Matthew's struggling with Shannon a little bit. Everybody else looking good. Matthew kicking snow up Shannon's coat. That cannot be comfortable. Not across. Not across. Gotta go back. Tokidoki was very close. Matt fell at the last second and could not get across. Adam looks a little cold. Adam's struggling. 3.5 minutes left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. El Norte trying the same strategy. Jack and Nate both trying to hop across on 1 foot while wheelbarrowing. Matt is now going to be the one crawling.
I saw you go down, Jack. You gotta go back.
Jack touched. El Norte has got to go back.
I saw you guys touch. Go back.
2, 3, 4, 5. Tokidoki coming across with 5. That is not across. Jackson falls at the last second. Jackson's got to go back. Tokidoki got to this point first. They would win as it stands.
Hey, slow down, slow down.
Good. All right. Cat hopping on 1 foot. Dale on 1 foot, carrying Aliza across. If Dale makes it across, it is going to be a very tough comeback for El Norte. Dale is good. Tokidoki with a little under a minute left, already celebrating their win. El Norte still trying. 30 seconds left. El Norte would have to pull out a miracle at this point, but not giving up. Ben falls and El Norte got to go back, but it does not matter. Time is up. Tokidoki wins another challenge. Good job, Eric. All right, Tokidoki, congratulations once again. Someone come and get it.
Yeah, you got it, Dale.
Dale coming to grab it. Going back home with Tokidoki once again. El Norte, sorry to say, this means you'll be back with me at Tribal Council once again, where you will vote another person out of your tribe and out of this game. That's all we got for you today, though. Grab your stuff, head on out. Good morning.
As expected, Tokidoki kicked that ass.
So we did it again. We win the challenge. You guys didn't make it too easy. A lot of hopping on 1 foot, which you know when that sucks? It's when you have a bad ankle. But I persevered. I went through it anyways. Sure, I fell on my face one time. A little embarrassing, but we won. It's kind of like Michael Jordan's flu game.
Get the idea he's having difficulty just standing up.
That's what I was going through. Except no one's making a big deal out of it, like people did when MJ. He was all whining and getting carried and stuff. Not me. Just go through it like a man. Be like me, MJ.
These people are being like a tad knuckleheadish. They're all like, oh, we don't have to make alliances, we don't have to do anything, like, we'll just win all the challenges, we're the stronger tribe. But it's like, okay, just because we're like a physically stronger tribe does not mean we're gonna win all the challenges. Like, a lot of these involve puzzles. And also, like, you can't just rely on like winning. Like, obviously, like, we're not gonna like win every challenge. Like,
They have this guy, he's like 40 years old, like he's 30 or something. He has a wife. You cannot be on Survivor Michigan and have a wife. How can you be on College Survivor and just have a spouse you can talk to?
Damn, son, he's 28. Fucker's 28 years old. What the shit? He's like almost a decade older than me. What the fuck?
Several people in my tribe were quite frankly just pathetic in the challenge and couldn't hop on 1 foot across the line.
If I could go back and change it, I might want to make Adam sit out because I know he fell like a good few times and that like not that it turned out to matter in the end at all.
As someone who is not physical and cannot run and cannot hop, I felt very betrayed.
It's pretty sad. Like Adam's puking after one time hopping across. Like
I was running, almost puking, dying.
Bro, fucking hit the gym. It was bad.
He said at the end, he was like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And we were like, are you sick? And he was like, no, I just like can't do cardio. And I was like, we were hopping like 40 feet.
What a fucking day. The challenge was terrible today.
Our strongest guys are me and Ben. By appearances, Ben is not the strongest person. Then there's me. About a year ago, I was in pretty good shape. I had ran a marathon. Since then I got into craft beer. So, yeah, a little chubby.
Like nobody on our tribe is a physical friend. We're all kind of weak.
There's Tom, and Tom, you could blow on him and he falls over.
I was exhausted and it was freezing and my bare stomach was being dragged across the snow. And then time ran out, we lost.
We have this plan in place that me, Camila, Ben, and Katie are gonna meet up at Starbucks afterwards on State Street.
I had my alliance of 4, we were gonna meet after, so.
And kind of have this first meeting of this alliance that's kind of been talked about for a little bit, but we've never actually solidified it.
Alright, just lost the challenge. Sad.
I just threw up in the women's bathroom.
Yeah. I feel like it could actually work out. Like, probably not like super long term, but like.
So I was in line to get my grande soy chai latte because I'm dairy free, as you know from season 3.
I literally just ordered that exactly.
Wow, meant to be.
Oh my god. We're in a secret alliance.
I trust them a lot right now, but I'm scared that will bite me in the butt later. I feel a little bit out of control. Like, I feel like Ben is kind of running things and Jack probably, and I don't know how tight they are, but I have a feeling they're pretty tight.
It really feels like we're all on the same page.
For now, it's fine, because I just don't want to go. So, like, for now, it's okay, but, like, once we merge or if we have to keep voting people out, like, I'm gonna start getting even more and more scared that, like, I need to, like, do something about it.
I really love my alliance, and I'm trying to be loyal to them this year because this is not going to be Kroger Plus. The Breakfast Club is the group. It's the one you should be watching.
Well, okay, I talked to Megan yesterday, and Megan was, I kind of told Megan everything.
I feel like I've been talking to Camila and Jack the most. I hope I can trust them, you know? Jack's been telling me he wants to work with me, so I'm hoping.
I also talked with Megan in person. I tried to kind of broach making an alliance with her and Camila, because at this point I'm thinking, like, Camila and Megan are the two people I feel like are the most solid in this game.
But I know Tom has also thrown out that there's this alliance of 5 that's like everyone but me and Nate.
He was like, yeah, just so you know, there's like a 5 and it's everyone but you and Megan.
Yeah, he said that to me too. And before the challenge, he was like, you better perform, because if you don't, like, I'm gonna be telling them that you're the weakest physical threat.
What the
I think ideally what I want to happen is, like, if possible, like another unanimous vote and just, like, keep everyone happy again, like, vote out, like, Nate.
I think that Nate is unfocused. He only wants to be here because he likes to be on TV.
There's really nothing I won't do to win. No morals, no ethics.
And I like Nate outside of this game. Like, Nate is somebody who I consider a very close friend, but sometimes your very close friends are not the type of people you want to play with on Survivor, and Nate is the prime example.
And then, like,
See, I don't know how I feel about that, because if there's this alliance of 5 and then it's me or Nate, I don't really want Nate to go.
Yeah.
There's been like this talk of like this like 5.
I know.
But it's like Tom also told me, but it's not okay. I never really saw it as like the real thing because just like people in the 5, it's like I don't really trust.
Tom's like, it's a real thing. You're on the bottom. If you don't perform in the challenge, I'm gonna throw your name out.
You're joking me. Are you joking me? He said that to you?
Yeah, he was like, because you know, you're not like the biggest physical player. He said that to you? The one time he held me on his back yesterday, I thought I was gonna fall over and break my neck because he was like wobbling. I'm not kidding.
What the heck? Who says that?
Camila, her and Megan, like, have an odd relationship.
I really, 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 really like Megan. Like, I think she's just like my friend. Like, I like her a lot.
It like reminds me of how like the popular girls would treat like the weird girls in high school.
It's definitely concerning to know that there's an alliance that I wasn't a part of, and like, why do they not want to work with me? You know, Ben hasn't really reached out to me at all.
Or like they would kind of like treat them like a pet, be like nice to them when they wanted to, but like they weren't actually friends. It's very odd.
Megan, how old are you? 23. Oh my god, Megan. I know,
Don't
I'm
you
so
have fake?
old. No, I don't have fake. I know, I'm really
You're an alpha phi and don't have a fake? Interesting.
When I'm just like a little girl.
Camila it's hard to fully trust anyone who's in Phi. I feel like I can trust her, but like, you can't trust a bitch in Phi.
Basically, Adam reached out to me and he set up a meeting, and he said, like, do you want to meet up and get together? And I was like, sure, why not? And so then he, like, the next text says, great, like, come to the law school at 1:30, like, Jackson will be there. So I'm like, okay, like, didn't know Jackson was coming, but, like, fine, whatever.
So I get a text first, it's like from Eliza saying that she's lost, she doesn't know where she is. So I go out into the reading room to try to find her. And I see Kat there, and she like points at me and waves. So I'm like, okay, apparently Kat's in on the meeting too. I thought it was just Adam and Eliza.
I chose Kat because she's an ROTC. She's the strength. She can get us through some challenges. She can run like no other motherfucker on that team. I chose Jackson because he's a law student, instantly smart, incredibly good looking. And that's always nice to have on the team. And Eliza, just something about Eliza shows that she's a good social game based on how she did previously in her season. She got pretty far. And I'm very excited to work with her, and I feel like she's the one I can trust the most. Kind of called everyone here today because I like you three, and I think we'd make a really good foursome throughout the game. So that's why I kind of called you here, because I feel like this is a good alliance, and I've gotten a good read off of everyone, and I just kind of want to hear what everyone else is thinking. You guys can totally shut it down and walk out of this room. I'd be fine with that.
And Adam, the ringleader, is like, so I brought you all here today because I like you three. You know, we need a 4 here, but really we need 5 to have a majority, so it's weird he chose 4.
And like Adam like apparently gathered us like all there, like the Godfather, and was like, you guys are the 4 that I trust. Like I really want to work with you guys.
That's kind of that's really all I came here to tell you guys is I want to form an alliance. Yeah. I'm down. Are we down?
We're down.
I'll tell you
Do
guys.
we need a name?
I liked your name. So Kat and I met earlier this week. And she was like, why didn't we just meme it out and make Cool Mint Bitch?
Yeah. So I'm in an alliance. It's called Cool Mint Bitch after the iconic Cody Ko and Noel Miller and the vape Hot Box Cringe video. If you haven't watched it, watch it. I made my whole tribe watch it, and it was very awkward because I was the only one that found it incredibly funny.
Okay, so it's not a weird smoking video, I guess. This is a Jewel video. Okay? This is 9 minutes of
She showed us YouTube videos like 15 minutes long. Clearly, Eliza and I were not into it at all. We had like fake laughing sometimes. Adam was like, okay, I love it. Because that's what he says to everything.
Like for Kat, for example, she's not specifically the person that I want to work with the most.
Because they said in the beginning, like, send your conflicts, right? So I did. But the problem with, like, ROTC is that I only can send them the known conflicts, and there will just be more, just randomly. Like, I was...
We spent, like, most of the meeting with her just, like, talking at us, like, about, like, her life and whatever, which is just, like, hard for me just because I don't, like... When people just, like, talk at me for so long, I just, like, zone out and I get really bored and, like, my attention, like, doesn't stay.
Tools, unlike the color guard teams, we charge all the flags and shit. But, so... also in charge of the flag and all volunteer events. I'm not how that's like why that's part of my job or whatever. So like one of the cameras just caught at me and was like, hey, so we're doing recruiting events on these 4 days. Find cadets. And I was like, fucking okay. Like recruiting tables at basketball games. And then I go in to talk to him and he's like, okay, yeah, we want like a presence at Kansas State too. And I was like, okay, which Kansas State is? Because there's a whole lot. He goes,
last night was the premiere of Survivor Michigan Season 1, Episode 1. Finally, our show is actually beginning to air, which is exciting because I see that, all of what I've been doing for the past year is not just going to nothing,
This is about to get really meta.
This is the University of Michigan.
This is the University of Michigan.
But for a handful of Michigan students, a new adventure is about to begin.
By the time that this season is actually airing, Season 1 will actually have aired probably 3 or 4 years ago. But for us right now, it's happening now. So people only on this season have only seen now the first episode. They've only seen one episode of Matthew Israel. They have no idea who I am.
I don't know if anybody knows exactly how big a super fan I am, which is made pretty clear in the premiere.
I could go toe-to-toe with anybody in my Survivor knowledge. Memorize every single winner. I can recite all 34 seasons. I can do it right now if you want to. Borneo, Australia, Africa, Marquesas, Thailand, the Amazon Islands, All-Stars, Vanuatu, Palau.
But I don't think, nobody thought that I hadn't watched the show. So they might just be surprised to realize how big of a fan I am.
He doesn't have a beard and his hair's a lot shorter because it was 2 years ago or whatever. And he's like, I can name every season. I have every season, every winner memorized. I can do it right now. And then he's like, Borneo, Africa, China, blah, 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 and he does it super fast. And then they don't let him do the whole thing because I'm sure it takes a while. But yeah, he knows a lot.
I go to the Survivor Michigan party, it's just a really great time. Wow. She had lessons. It's mostly just people from, it's like Cooper, Leah, and then a bunch of people from season 2, almost everybody from season 3, except for Ben. So the only people that are on this current season are me and Eliza at this season 1 premiere party.
I think that Matt is going to be voted out before the break.
I'm definitely I'm hanging out with her because we do have this kind of cross-tribe secret alliance.
How do you think Ben's doing right now?
I think everybody hates Ben.
So coming in with Ben, I knew him from the summer camp I went to is the high school he went to. Ben was the person who actually convinced me to apply for Survivor.
Sounds like on both tribes people don't like Ben.
I would not form an alliance with Ben at all, and I want a swap to happen so I can vote him out.
Okay.
I feel like Ben is more feared right now than Matthew.
And then all of a sudden I see Tom call me after the episode on my phone. I'm just I'm out drinking with all these people. I don't want to start doing some Tom nonsense, so I just deny it. And then all of a sudden I think Kevin pulls me in the room and he has Ben on the FaceTime, so I'm all right, I guess I'm talking to Ben. I guess I have to talk to Ben. And he tells me that Tom just called him and that Tom is throwing my name out now.
Best position right now, as I've told a couple people, is I think Jack.
He said, Jack is playing the best game. And I'm like, is Jack playing the best game?
Tom is we had a Final 15 Final Tribal Council right now. How could Jack not win this game?
It's week 1. All we've done is vote one person out. Yeah, Jack has not made any waves, but nobody really has except for me because I'm me and I don't really know how to not make waves.
Lily, it's Final 15. 15 people are thinking we voted out one person.
You have to play this game 39 days through, and you have to play it hard all the way. Otherwise, you're a goat that's being dragged to the end.
He is in the 5-person alliance that we sort of have floating around. We still haven't met yet, but this 5-person alliance we have is me, Katie, Camila, Jack, and Tom.
I think that it was the right move on my part to get Ben, Jack, and Katie separated to take out one of Ben's pawns. Ben and Katie are playing this much harder than Megan and Nate are playing this.
That's true. It would be stupid not to. And I was like, yeah, and I'm so bad at lying. But really, I was lying to him because I'm good at lying and I'm lying to him. Yeah, so that was pretty funny.
We'll have to talk to Camila and Katie about it. But this 5 thing we have going on with Tom, I don't necessarily want him in it anymore.
No, neither do I.
The meeting with Kat, Eliza, and Jackson was a huge success.
I'm not sure I buy anything that he was selling during that.
I think Jackson and I were both kind of this is really random that you just gathered us all here without hearing our thoughts on each other. Just because it felt really forced. I don't really know.
You know, in this game, you're either the puppet master or the puppet, and bitch, I ain't no puppet.
This is really stupid, but like I couldn't find a bathroom in the law school, so I walked to Ross to go to the bathroom before I went home because I was out of toilet paper at my house, and I'm like walking out of the bathroom at Ross, and like who did I run into? But like Dale and Shannon, that was weird. Just ran into these two in
Ross, where we all belong.
Essentially, starting to form a strong 5 between me, Jackson, Matt, Eliza, and Shannon. And then Ivy would essentially be a soft 6.
I think Dale right now is controlling a lot of the information. He definitely knows a lot. I also really think that I'm on the inside with him, whereas I might be on the outside with other people.
I've met with Matt so far.
Yeah.
And then this was my second meeting.
Okay,
so
yeah.
Like, that's all I've met with so far. I actually really liked Matt.
Yeah, and that's a cool
I feel like
Coming into this season, one of my big goals was to like fly a touch more under the radar, and one of my ways of doing that was to like not talk to everybody off the bat. But then like coincidentally, in the last like 24 hours, I've run into every single person on my tribe pretty much.
You seemed really cool, you seemed nice, and you seemed like someone to work with, so I just figured I would like say hi.
Okay, yeah. I kind of wanted to like just get to know everyone.
Yeah,
like, yeah, you're
exactly.
definitely seem like someone I would work with too. Just like figure out. Well, Elisa, I heard she was really loyal. I feel like that would be really good to play on. That's why I kind of want to make an alliance with her, because I feel like she won't turn her back on me.
And then the night before I was at Rick's, I ran into Ivy, and I was like, Ivy, like, oh my god, hi, what's up? Like, we should be friends. Like, let's talk. And she's like, sure.
We love Survivor! Yeah, Token Donkey!
have you been able to like meet with anyone yet?
Yeah, like Adam texted or whatever, and I talked with like Adam, and he like brought like Jackson along and like Kat along.
Oh
so,
shit.
like,
There's
yeah.
a big powwow that we weren't
Yeah.
invited to. Fuck.
Adam apparently decided to host a meeting with 3 other tribe members, Jackson, Eliza, and Kat, and said that this is like the Power 4 and that they're gonna, try to take out the threats, which are Matt and I. So, Adam, bro, coming for you. That's not cool.
I just hope this doesn't come to bite me in the ass later. We'll see.
So I talked to Tom this weekend. Like he FaceTimed me, and basically he like kind of wants to get you out.
Yeah.
Like, did you hear anything else about that or no?
Yeah, because Ben actually called me.
Like, I don't get why, if he's scared that me and Ben are working together, why he's telling Ben that he wants to get me out, and why he's telling me that he wants to get Katie/Ben out. Like,
He reminds me so much of like a mixture of myself and Will and Emily of last season. Like, he would totally be on Tormenta.
I've been trying to analyze this strategy, and it makes zero sense to me. I
want to get at Ben and Katie because honestly, that is what will keep it 3v3.
I have no idea what Tom is doing.
Me, Jack, Megan versus Ben, Camila, Nate.
So Tom told him that I was like dead set on getting out returners when that's what Tom told me. And I was like, that's just another Tom lie.
Tom said that about me to me.
See,
like he was like, and I know in the past you said that like one thing you really, really, really want to do is get out all the returnees. Every conversation, Tom, you've been saying that over and over. So I was like,
you agree with him then?
He's like MK Ultra, and he's like, I'm suggesting ideas.
And then
He's like, we want to get out returners.
yeah, he like suggests something, and then you're like, cause like
You're
when
like-
people you just like agree.
Yeah, you're like,
with
yeah,
facts and
you're like,
everything,
yeah, sure.
And then
he was
he
like,
goes
oh,
and tells
you,
other people.
yeah.
And then you're like, you said that.
The fact that he played so hard and overplayed and then overshared makes him even more threatening.
Oh my god, I can't handle this man.
I want him out.
Tom, I thank you. I thank you so much because without you, I'm the biggest threat on the tribe.
Funny, just be beautiful.
I know.
To see him cry.
I'd be
I don't
fine
want
with
to
it.
Cry. He won't cry.
I would love it.
Tom is not a good number for us because he is so irrational and has already thrown out everyone in our tribe as a possible name.
I want to get out Katie because Katie is not a number right now for me. If it's Megan, Jack is more loyal to Megan than he is to Nate. honestly, the best move would just be to get Ben and Katie to somehow buy Nate as being a returning player. If you want to know why I'm getting out of bed, okay, well, yeah, he seems to be as a threat, and I need him out. Taking Camille out would be a great move. I just don't trust Jack. You know, I don't trust anyone in this game.
He just like is going into these things about, you know, we're faking the idol clue, we're gonna burn this clue, we're gonna give it to them, we're gonna have two people run off into different rooms, and they're gonna verify for each other what they say. We're gonna put one vote on Katie, and everybody else is gonna vote for Jack, and I'm gonna blah, 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 blah. Like, he's just running like 500 miles an hour.
The amount of like lying that I'm doing right now is gonna come back to bite me sooner or later.
FaceTiming everybody. Like, I swear he just goes through, he sits down and is like, this is now the FaceTime hour. First up on the list, Ben.
Throwing out Jack's name.
Second on the list, Jack.
Camila's name to Ben, Ben's name to Camila.
Third up on the list, Camila. And just like says this completely random batshit ideas to all of them.
Saying like me and Ben are too close or something. Just talking a lot.
Anyway, I've been gaming this way too hard, as usual, and if I get voted out, there's probably going to be something where, you know, Ben or Jack is like, Tom is the most annoying contestant.
Part of the reason he's talking so much is that he cares a lot about Survivor, and he really likes playing and thinking about all these things. So it like sucks that you have to get rid of somebody who's like actually really invested, it seems like.
Sometimes I give off bad vibes.
Tom is driving me nuts.
People don't like me.
Like, with all how much he's lying and how much he like threw my name out there and how much he threw everybody's name out there.
But I think he just went about it in such a weird way. Like, did he not expect us to like talk to each other if we were in an alliance? Like,
it's driving me crazy. I can't wait to get him out of here.
I think at this point everyone is just fed up with Tom.
As long as no one says anything to Tom that it's potentially his name, because I don't want to know what he would do if he thought that it was potentially him. I don't want to see that.
And lo and behold, I got the first clue.
Ben, you know, he tells us that he had the idol clue.
Turns out Ben found our idol clue.
Ben tells everyone, so I got an idol clue from the challenge.
I'm here to play honestly.
So, 10 p.m. yesterday night, I get a text, and the text shows a screenshotted image.
The safety you seek won't be hard to get. Perhaps you should try to orient north. Don't shrub if you get your feet wet. Just look ahead for your item of worth.
And it reads like, oh, something far north and get your feet wet, or something like that.
Tom said that they didn't find anything. I believe him, because why would you look for idols on such a vague clue?
Alright, I found the hidden immunity idol. It's right in this bush right here.
This isn't real Survivor. The camp is not this big.
It's right north of this fountain, and they said orient north and keep your eyes pointed straight.
The campus is huge, and there's no point of looking for an idol unless you have a really good idea of, like, a specific area of where it is. I should know. I looked in the Arboretum for 30 hours last season.
Hidden immunity idol.
So I think they're wasting their time.
5 minutes to find. I am pumped!
We were wondering who has the idol. You know, we don't want to vote Ben because we think he might have the idol, but Tom could have the idol too.
I wanted to play this game like Jordan Schubel. And what did Schubel say? The keys to winning this game? He said, winning challenges and finding idols.
Tom might have an idol. I highly doubt it. It's like so early. I physically don't understand how anyone would have an idol. But even if he did, then I guess it'd probably just be Ben going home.
Travel in like 25 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I think we're all good. I mean, it seems like this has been a pretty easy week again. Yeah.
I don't want to lie a lot in the game. I think that really hurt me last time.
Ben is obviously a threat, so like if Ben's gone.
And you know, you guys might be watching this video at home and you might be like, Tom has an annoying voice.
Like if we want Tom out, the last thing we'd want is for him to find the idol.
He's the most annoying contestant. I can't wait to see him leave the game. Well, it's too bad,
No. You know, you never know. I think it'll be Tom, though. I don't think he has an idol. I think it'll be I think it'll be pretty cut and dry.
Too bad, you losers who want me out.
I'm playing this game with loyalty this season, and I'm playing this game smarter, not harder.
This is power. Alright.
Alright guys, welcome back to Tribal Council. You're here for your second time, so I guess let's start with that. Katie, you've lost both of the challenges. What do you guys have to do to not come back here the third time?
I think we need to do like a puzzle or something.
Yeah.
An indoor puzzle challenge.
That's it? So there's nothing you can do, just anything physical you guys can't win, there's no chance?
Well, they have a 40-year-old man on the other side. Yeah, it makes it hard to compete against that.
I think just by like, I mean like North Campus majors are like engineering and the arts, and like they're all like in Ross or like have played like sports.
Yeah,
we're like we're not we're at such a disadvantage for physical challenges.
Yeah.
We're in touch with our emotions. They're in touch with like the gym.
Like that one Rotsy girl, she was like, she gave the 7 a.m. challenge and was like, I already worked out before this.
Yeah, I think that like
none of us would do that.
They have the muscles, but we have the brains.
Megan, has there been any talk about idols at this point?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's kind of on everyone's mind. Well, Ben got the second clue.
Yeah.
And I think he shaded it around.
Anybody who asked me for it, I shared it with them.
I'm an idol fiend. You guys know. Like I wasn't able to like really look at all. Like first of all, like it said something about like wading through water, getting your feet wet, and like I'm not about to catch like hypothermia like from the snow. Like I'm a little worried that somebody else might have found it. I have no idea where it is.
Ben, what are your thoughts? Are there a couple people that are definitely playing this game hard and it's very obvious?
Yeah, I mean, I think like everybody talks, and there's definitely people who talk a lot, and you gotta realize at one point that like people do check notes. They cross, they check and see what people have said to them. Well, it's hard because we've lost everything. We want to win. Like when we're voting people out, we're not trying to create distrust within our tribe. We want to bring our tribe together. I still believe in Norte. I think we all believe in Norte as being a stronger, good group of people that we want to see win this game.
So Camila, what does this vote come down to then?
I think this vote comes down to who people trust and who people don't.
So who here feels like their name could definitely come up tonight? All 7 people, all 7 of you are worried that it's you tonight.
Of course. I think that shows how we are as a tribe. Like we really all do like each other, but we all don't.
Alright, then with that, it is time to vote. Tom, you're up first.
You say that we're the closest allies, but you also were throwing my name out, so I'm really sorry to write your name down.
Okay, I'm sorry, Tom.
You just have to be the sketchiest motherfucker I've ever seen on this planet. Like, you threw out, I think, literally every single person's name this week, so I'm not gonna be too sad to see you.
You threw out my name, Jack's name, Ben's name, and Katie's name. And then you went to Megan and Nate and told them they were on the bottom. So I don't see why you wouldn't go home.
Bye, Tom. You were really annoying.
You're a really nice guy, but I didn't come to play this game to get voted out by another dorky white boy. So, thank you. Next.
Alright, if anyone had an immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. All right, the votes.
First vote. Tom. Katie. Tom. 2 votes Tom, 1 vote Katie. Tom. Second person voted out for Survivor Michigan. Tom, that's 4. That's enough. Tom, Travis vote. Tom, you go. Alright guys, well your tribe represents the north, but if you don't turn it around soon, things will keep going south. Grab your stuff, head on out. Good night.
Next week on Survivor Michigan.
I woke up with like a vision. Camila and Jack are dangerous. I'm like, I gotta do something about that.
Game on, coming for you, dude. Because before I didn't know you, now I know you now. You're done.
So,
I cannot
final
believe
words.
I was voted out with an idol in my pocket. I have an idol, and I didn't play it. I feel like such an idiot. I was so sure it was going to be Katie. Wow. People really got me on this one. Katie, there are 2 names for Belarus in Lithuanian. Baltarusija and Guldia. Baltarusija, it means like white Russia, and in my scenario, Ben is Russia, and you're very close to Russia, or at this point. And also, Guldia means like woodland area, and you're from Palo Alto, so tonight we're going to be setting the woods on fire. I'm bummed, but what can you do?
Any last thing you want to say?
I think Ben and Jack played it really well. I think Ben's going to win, so.